Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. Hey, everyone. I found the Toronto live stream for subtitles. This is I don't know what the site is. I just know that when you go to the Toronto Zoo, you can choose to go and watch a live stream. And I thought they would host it themselves. This website is about live streams of zoos. It feels like a value add service in the same way that like Uber Eats is. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it does feel like that. But there are so many turtles. And what's weird is that you can actually see people walking because the zoo is open right now. And I don't know why you would go. It's freezing. I actually have no clue how the zoo is oriented. I can't recall. I'm assuming most of them are indoors. But the zoo is famous and well known for the peacock. So the peacock is an escape artist. It's apparently a very well known peacock because every now and then you'll see on the news peacock has escaped Toronto Zoo and is currently running around downtown Toronto. Authorities say if you see the peacock, do not approach it. It will peck your eyes out. More at 10. Next up, car crash. 7 killed on Highway 401. It's like, oh my god. Peacock, but yeah, I have no clue why this site exists. So this site is it's called Zoo Life. I'm currently on a fake. Okay. Also, I keep moving the camera and I don't mean to. Sorry. Whoever's watching the feed must be extremely mad, like extremely mad at me. I don't mean to click the feed. I'm so sorry. I just keep clicking it by accident. But it's actually like a full on feed. They love each other. Someone took a photo of the turtles having sex. And you can actually go here, and it actually has a bunch of other zoos. So it's kind of a weird place to be. But what's funny is that the original site that I came from was just for the Toronto Zoo. So I'm not really sure how, but this has a bunch of zoos. See, so you have like Santa Barbara Zoo, you have California Wolf Center, Lincoln Park Zoo, Toronto Zoo. We have gorillas. No, I can't see the gorilla. Look at him. He looks so cool. I can't see the gorilla. That's so sad. We have a gorilla. Why do we have a gorilla? As like a not to say that the animals are like bad to have, but it's like why do we why would we have a gorilla in Toronto? Although you can't see a giraffe, so we have the Maasai giraffe, which is here. So exciting. Danielle is having a great time. Beautiful clip. I love how she looked at the camera. This is like a live, so like people, it's actually kind of cool. It's a bit like it's honestly it's a bit like a zoo Twitch. It's actually kind of sick because you go on and people can like clip these moments. So you can like clip the moment when the animal's eating. I I wonder if I'm moving the camera or if it's just a certain view of the camera. Maybe it's like a larger view, but to save on bandwidth, they only give you like a small portion of the camera to stare at. But it's actually a really cool thing to see, and you just see the giraffe just like hanging out here. Like just look at it, it's so majestical. And so people just post clips and stuff, and I had no clue because like look, you watch them eating. You can see this clip of them eating. They eat from these from buckets. I imagine if the giraffe goes out in the wild, they're gonna miss the buckets because they have no buckets out in the wild. Oh my god, where's it going? Oh, where you going, buddy? Oh my god, it's eating from a bucket. Whoa, it's like a piss trough. It's like a piss trough, but like for food. And I don't know why this site exists. It's actually kind of a weird site because they have everything. Like, again, every single zoo out there, they just have like a bunch of stuff for every single zoo. They have different events. The Zoomer Twitch. Wait, that's actually good. Yeah, this is the Zoomer Twitch. Oh, that's how they should market it. They should market it like, "Welcome to the Zoo Life, Zoomer." You know what I mean? But this is what they do. They just have like a live feed, and it's fascinating because like you can actually see the feed and see how many people are currently here. And I'm surprised that they're able to do it, and it seems like they have some level of success because there's a fair number of people here. Hey girl, when's the baby coming? Oh yeah, also I think a giraffe. She was pregnant. I think last year. Was she pregnant last year or this year? She was pregnant at some time ago. No, brought to you by the Toronto Zoo. But it's sort of what are the ads on this version of the site? I'm actually curious what the ads are. Let me turn off ad block on this site. Like I'm just so curious about what the ads are on the site. Because what ads can you do? Yeah, it's fascinating to see them somehow successfully do something like this. And it's funny because like on Twitch, I know that there's a really famous what animal sanctuary on the Twitch called the something, the Algeria Animal Sanctuary. It's like some, I don't know. It's like some. It's probably not Algeria, but it's like a word that starts with AL, and it's like a weird sounding name. It's similar in like vibe to the word Algeria, but it's something like that. And that shows that it works. And so I'm surprised that it took me so long to find something like this for normal zoos that aren't streamer zoos. Because as far as I know, that zoo is run by a streamer, which is weird. But I guess technically a streamer is more of a side thing that someone does, not really the main thing. Yeah, you can just watch the animals. There's also a butterfly. There's a chrysalis chamber at the butterfly pavilion. What the hell is that? This is just like a bunch of eggs. That's terrifying. I'm going away. I'd rather stay with the giraffe. And it's also fascinating too, because like you have like, it seems like you have people. So you have Animal Lover 0362 Premium Ember, but they also have these community moderators, which I think are like official accounts, not even affiliated with the site. Because Majestic Wildlife seems like the kind of account that is like, I am a animal influencer, and I wonder how much this happens. But yeah, it's fascinating to like see this happen. I'm actually curious about like how a zoo works and like how they get the animals, why they have these animals, because like I don't really get the like for especially because like Canada is a long way. I don't think Canada does Canada have native giraffes. I don't think so. Giraffes are native to Africa. Okay. First giraffe in Canada born through artificial insemination. Canada. Oh, but we do have African lion safari. I guess that's like the one thing. We do have. I do remember this. We have this thing, African lion safari, and you go, and it's. I wish I could just find like a photo of the thing as of what. But basically, they themed the entire place as if it's like you're in Africa, but it's not in Africa. It's in Canada. It's in like buttfuck nowhere. It's in like a genuinely odd place to be. Um, yeah, I'm just sort of curious, like how they get the animals, why they have the animals, and like are the animals actually meant to be here, and is it actually like a good thing for the animals to be here too? Like I have no clue. But chat, look at this. They have a community feed, so they have like a live feed of everybody's experiences. So like everybody has like a different animal that they want to show off. Like this one, a royal protest of a Sumatran orangutan. Community feed of like 45 people currently watching this. That's a lot of people on the live feed, the community feed. But it's funny to think about that, again, something like this, it is like a value add service. It's sort of weird to think about that in that sense, but as a value add service, I'm always sort of curious about like what exactly is the method by which they stay alive. It's a bit like Honey, that like service where it's like, oh, if people found out it was stealing coupon codes and basically stealing money from creators in the sense that like you would have used their code, but it took that in the stead. This one kind of feels like that, where it's like, it has to get the money from somewhere, and it has to be some shady business. Maybe it's siphoning directly from the zoo, and then what you get in return. Not to say that visibility on like the zoo efforts and animal conservation efforts is necessarily bad, but to say that like, is it viable long term for survival? I have no clue. But while it's still here, I do think it's cool to go see a giraffe just like eating. The orangutan looks very relatable. So is the lion. Is that a lion or a tiger? That's a lion. The lion also looks very relatable. This orangutan actually does look so sad. He actually does look so sad. Like not even sad. He just looks like he's just chilling. He's just hanging out in life. He's having a great time. Holy moly. That's a good image of the orangutan. It's just wrapped up in a blanket. I wish I could zoom in on it, but I need premium access. Maned wolves. We're the wolves. I'm going back to our giraffe. This is our giraffe. Okay, I have ad block off and there's no ads. Announcement, release notes. Hi, Zoo Lifer. This latest release, oh my god. They even have a notification bar similar to like say like a real application on like say your app store or something. Show red. You can navigate to your favorite animals via My Animals. Oh my god. Oh my god. They named it. Oh my god. Chat. It's like parasocial. Oh my god. I can't believe it. They've made zoo watching parasocial. I'm gonna follow. When does the giraffe tell me to like and subscribe? Oh, it's eating. Okay, good. This is one thing that I'm curious about. Because you know what's funny about this tree? If you look very closely at this tree that they've hung here, okay? It's not a tree that you'd find in Africa, kind of like this. This is just a pine tree that they put upside down. So it's like I guess we don't really have many options because like we have a lot of pine trees. We don't really have many trees like this. And like, what's to say that the ceiling can even handle a tree that's this size? So I guess you kind of have to go with this. Do they eat the vents? Do you think they eat the vents? I just realized they probably eat the vents, right? Like they could probably reach those vents and then chew on the bars or something, which they probably have because some of them do look a little distressed over here. Oh, it shook. Yeah, I was curious what it does with this tree, but I guess it can eat pine leaves, or maybe they put snacks inside the tree. Can can giraffes eat pine leaves? Giraffes were seen roaming among the trees. Giraffes can't eat the leaves from pine and eucalyptus trees, and it is vital that they be relocated. Okay, so this giraffe might die soon. This may be the last time we see this giraffe. Oh no, Master. I think his name is Mastari. Yeah, soon to be mother again. But yeah, it looks like you can be parasocial with the animals. You can go to My Animals, so it's like you can have ownership of the animals, and you can be like, "This is my giraffe." All right, everyone, back off. This is my giraffe. No, no, she's walking away. What a fascinating feed. Oh, I guess that is her pregnant belly right there. Soon to be mother again. Well, I wonder if you get to see them poop. But yeah, a bit of a fascinating place to be. It's a strange service that I didn't really expect that would be here because, but it makes sense because it's like, I guess if you're a zoo, then you kind of want people to see the animals. I guess zoos have this conundrum where it's like you want to take care of the animals, but also to take care of the animals, you have to monetize it in some way. And actually, oh my God, I'm starting to draw a parallel that I never thought I would make. Animal conservation and streaming are two parallel ideas. Really, where is the poop? Is this even a real giraffe? This could be AI. No, I'm just kidding. But streaming as like a person playing games and a zoo, there's a parallel there. The zoo, in order to keep the animals alive and to take care of them, because it's like a conservation, right? In order to make that happen, they have to make money from people building a relationship with the animals and coming to view the animals and wanting to come view the animals. Like they want to come to the zoo to see the animals, right? It's similar to streaming, where streamers want to want to survive by building a parasocial relationship and doing things to entice people to watch them to therefore subscribe. And so if a zoo can take money from zoo goers, I think it's fine for streamers to take money from viewers. Because they're both like rats in the cage, and for all their rage, they're still rats in the cage, right? Though I don't think she's particularly angry. I think she's actually just hungry. SMH, they hide the poop from us. How often do you think that they eat in a poop? Because as an animal, like the one thing that I do notice when I look at my dog, I just look at her live her life. Like a lot of the times, because she's funny in that our dog, she wants to be independent during a day, but at nighttime she's like, ooh, please hold me. It's so cold. Oh no. And so it's like I have to like hold the dog to make sure to like keep them warm and stuff, right? And so it's like there, and I have to make sure. Oh, there's the poop. Oh my god, there's actual poop. Wait, how did somebody know where to find the poop? How did somebody know where to find the poop so quickly? This isn't even me. Like someone clicked around to find the poop, and they zoomed in on the poop. That's impressive. But it's like my dog will try to be independent during the day, but at nighttime she gets too cold, so I have to like hold her to like sleep. So every night I have to hold her like under my arm to sleep under the like blanket. And she wakes me up every like 20 minutes. But like if you look at her live her life, she literally doesn't do anything. It's almost impressive how little she does. And what's interesting is that like it's not even like compared to the human thing. Cameraman is listening to us again. Poop pog. It would be funny if somehow like like not to say that I am because this is a public feed. You just sign up for an account and you can click the camera, right? But it would be funny to believe that everybody in my city is watching me because I'm showing off parts of the city that they would have never seen before. But I I would hope that that's not the case because I'm not that interesting. And again, as humans, I think you can do more interesting things, like go to the zoo. But yeah, in the same vein that I look at my dog and I wonder what she does with her life because all she kind of does is just nothing. She's kind of like she really just lives her life to live with me, which is kind of funny. But like, what does this animal do? What does she do? It's actually kind of I don't know what's the term, morbid, dystopian. It is. It's like slightly sad to think about the idea of like she's not really doing much and she's not really trying to, I suppose, check out things. Like it is a little sad to me that they don't really get to walk around in the fields and hear the sound and see other animals and have like a pack that they roam with, right? On the other hand, maybe she couldn't survive out there because, if she's in a zoo, then she needs some conservation effort. But it does make me wonder what they think about and how often that they eat. But it seems like that they do poop a lot. It seems like they do poop a lot. Did she get an extra poke from the tree? She sure kicked her legs. You can wait. They use the tree as like a. Oh, that's good. I never thought about the idea of using it as a scratching pole. The savannah painted on the walls. Yeah, like that's the thing that gets me very very upset because or like not upset, but like just like it makes me realize like I don't think this animal's meant to be here. But at the same time, it's like we don't know know the condition of it, right? Or at least we wouldn't, because if I'm correct, I think you can go to the Misatri. What's her name? Sorry, Mistari Toronto Zoo, and maybe we can learn about her condition and why she's here. Grieving the loss of Kiko, the Maasai giraffe. No! What do you mean? 2026 has begun on the most breaking. What? On the afternoon of Thursday, January 1st, 2026, Kiko was given access to an additional area of his behind the scenes habitat. Due to his curious nature, he began exploring the place and tragically became caught in an opening door. Oh my god. Maasai giraffes have relatively delicate heads supported by a 6-foot neck capable of moving forward, backward, up, down, left, and side to side, allowing their head position to shift quickly. Despite the team's immediate response, Kiko panicked and sustained injuries that, due to the unique anatomy of his species, proved fatal. This loss is impacting Kiko's wildlife care team particularly hard, as shifting giraffes is a normal routine they have done thousands of times without incident. Oh my god. What happened? Oh my god. Giraffe born at the zoo suffers a tragic accident. This is like on the news. Oh my god, look, that's Kiko. He had a long life ahead of him. Oh my god, said the zoo uses it's a tragic. Oh my god. Female giraffe Mistari is carrying Kiko's calf, her baby. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This just got way, way sadder than I ever thought it would be. Oh my god. Her mate died, was crushed by a door. And we're watching her. This is the reason why it's so sad, is because it's sad. You can feel the grief and the loneliness coming from her. She lost her mate. He died because of a door. Oh my god. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's genuinely awful. It's like my body is in shock. Rip Kiko. Even saying Rip Kiko just sounds fake. But like, oh my god. I didn't expect that. I thought it was gonna be a happy story. I also thought we had like one giraffe. I thought this was the same giraffe that I read about getting the artificial insemination, but that was in 2006. So Kiko was the giraffe who got artificially born via artificial insemination, and then he gets stuck in the door. Oh my god. Well, I mean, you can learn more about the animals by going to the zoo and checking out the press releases and seeing what to do. Today, your Toronto Zoo proudly hosted a job fair and career exploration event, and then right after, grieving the loss of Kiko. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Sorry, it's just a juxtaposition of like on the same day that they had a job fair, the giraffe dies. So like, it's the juxtaposition of the normalcy of such a human thing, only to then end up with the death of the animal. Weird. Look, it's not my fault. Okay, it's the juxt. Oh! Every other time, it didn't play a single noise. Every other time, it was dead silent. So yeah, this is a much sadder thing to see now. She's completely alone, but also like, how is the door like that the giraffe can be crushed in between the door? Let's move on to something less depressing. Besides the animals dying, let's move on to girl dinner r/slash girl dinner. Husband of 14 years just left me. 17 days ago. Husband of 14 years just left me. Moved into my new apartment 5 days ago. The only dinner fit to leave behind this awful year. 17 days ago, her husband left her on New Year's. Chat. Her husband left her on New Year's. I swear, I don't do this on purpose. Oh, fuck. Ow, ow. Sorry. I hit the wrong button. I don't do this on purpose. You know, but now that I have the happy music going, we have to read this as if it's like a non-sad thing, okay? Husband of 14. Oh, I should do like the TikTok AI voice. Is there like a way for me to like activate the AI voice myself? Is there a website that does not sound fake? Or sorry, that is not a virus. App.hume. What? Oh my god. What is this? Look at this. They have like people. They have like people. Male English voice actor, aspiring woman, campfire narrator, TikTok fashion influencer, Colton Rivers, inspiring man, Terrence Bentley, Alice Bennett, sitcom girl, unserious movie trailer narrator. What is this? Why are there so many fake people in this like list? Big Dicky. Well, hi there, folks. Big Dicky here, right? To wrangle some big dickies. Um, I found this subreddit and I thought it was just gonna be food, but I kind of figured, let's just check out the top of all time, and I didn't realize it was going to be this. Husband of 14 years just left me. My spouse left me today. You are inspiring. Happy New Year's. You are inspiring. You are inspiring. Um, hmm. This is my girl dinner tonight because my 12-year-old son cooked this for me. He knew I was tired and sick. You know what? At least the son is good for something and not a good for nothing. Breakfast of Champions. What was this? Holy shit. Holy shit. Breakfast of Champions. The morning after pill and a Red Bull. The red edition. Holy shit, that's sick. Wait, that's actually cool. If that doesn't prevent implantation, nothing will. Soul truth. Throw a shot of whiskey in for good measure. About to give that zygote wings one way or another. Holy shit. Oh shit, that's good. Oh shit, that's good. Girl dinner at 8, someone's son at 10. That's insane. He's having girl dinner at 10. Okay, what does this imply? Does this imply that he's gonna eat her ass? Like, what does it mean? A girl, that's a pre-workout. This is a pre-workout. All that pineapple prep, he better eat well. Wait, I'm screaming, get some okra water in you too? What the fuck does that mean? What are the benefits? Look at this AI answer, Chad. Look at this AI answer. What are the benefits of okra to the vagina? Vagina. I gotta go to the washroom. Sorry, just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go take a piss. Okra, particularly in the form of okra, is believed to offer several potential benefits for women's health, including improved vaginal lubrication, hormonal balance, even relief from menopause systems. Why did it say virgina? Does it here? It says vaginal. Okra is mucilage. What? I'm gonna save this image because this is just a funny. That's just a funny way of saying vagina. Stream. Okay, images. Virgina. It's like the AI had no clue what was going on. LMAO at Virginia. Well, now we know what okra does. That's interesting. My boyfriend told me he couldn't marry me when I asked him why. He told me he was gay. Like, are these real scenarios? Are these real scenarios? Is this actually like these have to be fake? These have to be fake, right? You can use a bigger dish and still experience heartache. What? Because the dish isn't large enough to fit the entire food. Honey, you could use a bigger dish and still experience heartache. At least arrange it properly. The caption is just soap opera plots now, and at this point, give us more. I need the full story. Gasps in Spanish. Girl dinner, but I'm a 6'1", 100-kilogram man. Walk us through this plate, king. Girl dinner. After my heart low-key got broken, I ate the cat too. Sorry, please do not the cat. Just found out the husband is cheating. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, she even made two with another man. No doubt. Why is it with another man? Wait, what? I was always about the jokes in my friend group. People constantly said I married a gay man. I just thought he dressed well and took care of himself. People said it was obvious. I feel like an idiot. What? What is going on? Wait, is this? Wait, I don't think this is. Wait, Chad. This might be a hate subreddit. This might be a hate subreddit disguised as a meme subreddit. Like, you know, usual. Boyfriend forgot anniversary dinner. Yeah, this is a little sussy now because that's two now. That's a two. Asked my fiance for some girl dinner last night. He understood the assignment. This is girl dinner. Also, I've never seen nuggets in the shape of dinos. Are these real? Dino nuggets. I thought that was like a TV thing that like Americans used to say because it was funny. Holy shit. No, stop. No, I don't care. Okay, block everything. Just block the whole goddamn site. Block all. There we go. Thank you. Look at this. There's actual prime dino nuggies. You can actually get these. And it actually looks pretty good actually, and I do like the way that they look because there's different shapes. You have like, you have the giraffe which got crushed between a door. You have a T-Rex. You have a rhino. It's all full circle really. I mean, girl dinner, but with two guys in Italy. This and no man in my ear crying about protein. What does that even mean? My girl's dinner: chocolate milk salami sandwiches, and pickles and a shot of vodka. Is that like chocolate too? I mean, the coffee too, right? This is not a sandwich. That's not a sandwich. The definition of a sandwich has been warped to an unknown degree. In my mind, a sandwich has one key aspect of it to be called a sandwich. Well, three, okay? The bread, the filling, the sauce. Every sandwich needs a sauce. I like what would I call this then? Girl dinner. I would call this girl dinner. All right, but it's not a sandwich. It's just girl dinner, unspecified. Oh, is it girl dinner? Eat over the stove with my girl. Oh my god, look at this dog. It's so cute. Forget your girl dinner. What the hell is this? Look at this dog. Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh my god, that's actually the cutest. That's the most photogenic cute dog I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at that. It's smiling. And look at his paws. Look at his little cute little paws, and look how fluffy it is. And look at how she's smiling. Oh my god! Look at the button nose. This makes me miss my dog. Not that she's dead, but she's just not here at the moment. She's not dead. I just don't have her at the moment. Boyfriend, that sausage looked succulent. Wait, which one? This one? That's a weak meat. Unless you mean the dog itself, in which case I would be inclined to agree. Yes. Boyfriend broke up with me on my birthday. What's that in the corner? Strawberry lip gloss. Honestly, This is a bussin'. See, this is a sandwich. This is an open face sandwich that meets all criteria. It's got bread, it's got sauce, unspecified sauce, but at least it's sauce, and an egg. And then you have accoutrements in between the filling if you want, but the key is that it's got bread, the sauce, and the filling. That's it. That's all you need. Open face sandwich, sure, but still a sandwich. And now, honestly, I would eat. This is a good meal. Pepper, crack a bit of salt on top, crack a bit of like hot pepper sauce on a nice sunny side up egg, on the sandwich. My brother in Christ, that's salami. But also, I do agree, the salami does look really good, but needs sauce, needs something to go with it. Girl dinner from a girl who doesn't care about the man in your life. What are these stories? What are these stories that people are writing? Uwu Puppy? Is your name Uwu Puppy? This is a girl dinner, not girl who just found out her boyfriend is cheating on her dinner. Anyways, cheese bagel with garden veggie cream cheese. Guys, why did you let me get away with being with being dyslexic and typing safiva and some yummy safiva? Wait a minute, that's a pipe. Oh my god, that's a pipe. I can't show that. I didn't realize. I was like, what's a safiva? I was like, what is a safiva? And then what is the food? Like I'm like, okay, like the story is good. And then I realized safiva is sativa, and this is a pipe. She's smoking it, man. Girl lunches. Holy shit, that's a good lunch. Salami is a better word, yes. And honestly, I do like salami, the way that it rolls off your like tongue. Whatever this, I don't know what this fruit is. Or vegetable, I don't know what this is. Whatever this thing is at the bottom here, do you see that? I can't zoom in because Reddit is stupid. Whatever that thing is right there, whatever these things are, I forget the name of them, but every time I have them, it's the best thing ever. It's like a salty nugget of salt, and you just bite into it, and it's just pure salt. And I love salt. But this is a good girl lunch. Honestly, like look at this. I'm assuming that's smoked salmon. When the sausages become salami, they're both kind of sausage shaped. Wait, you're on something. What is a salami really? A saloom. Oh my god. The salami. So the salami is a category. So salami is like the multiple. It's like the group is a saloom. Saloom is the singular. Saloom are Italian meat products typical of an antipasto. What the hell is an antipasto? An antipasto is a traditional course of a formal Italian meal. What's an Italian meal? What's European Mediterranean? What is the Mediterranean Sea? What is the Levant? What is West Asia? What is the UN? What is Greenland? We just keep going, and it's like, let's see. So, Italian meat products predominantly made from pork and cured. So it's when it's cured. They also include bresaola, which is made from some beef. That's interesting. Holy shit! There's a beef salami. No one ever told me that there was a beef salami. That thing looks amazing. Bresaola. Classic Wikipedia, right? You just keep on clicking, you just can't stop. Historically, salami. So that's the difference. It's like salami. It starts from the curing process, whereas like a sausage, I don't think is sausage is cured. A sausage is a type of meat product usually made from ground meat. Yeah, it's usually not cured. I guess when you cure it, it becomes salami. But if you don't cure it, it just stays as a sausage. So I guess it's like there's a joke there. There's a joke there of like the pipeline from German sausage to Italian salami. You know what I mean? And it's all based around the idea of curing something. There has to be something there. Like I don't know, like German sausages are just unhealthy Italian sausages, right? Or something like that. There's a joke somewhere there where we can incense both the Italians and the Germans at the same time. This is a good girl lunch. Wow. Holy shit. She's eating good. What the fuck is this? Like, sorry, this doesn't look good. What the fuck is this? What the fuck am I looking at? What did you do? It's chopped egg, avocado, seaweed. Chopped egg, avocado, seaweed, wrapped in shitty untoasted bread. What the fuck is that just Nutella with strawberries? Wait, how many lunches is she gonna eat? I'm sorry, what the fuck is this? What is this? Avocado dipped half of it in black sesame seed. Not even over rice, just like beside rice, cucumbers, and chicken. Is that chicken wing bone in? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What is this? It's not even like a salad at the point. It's just like a shitty stir fry. What the fuck? Okay, no, this is good. Figs, though, figs are risky. I did learn that figs usually have bugs in them because it's a lot of bugs. The beans are a little bit too. This is like a. Is that couscous? This is just. You literally went to the convenience store to buy this. Although the noodles, I mean, that's a massive mushroom. Holy shit. Sorry, my boyfriend told me my meals look like I'm a dog in a wealthy family. No one actually does though. Wow, girl dinner on day one of her period. I was 4 months pregnant. I will never understand these photos. I don't get the point of posting photos of yourself online. I get the point of like photos posting the food, but the photo of your pregnant belly online, I feel like that's just too much. Like technically, it's in the same vein as like I don't think people should be photographing their children. You know what I mean? Like it's the same vein. It's just like please, just like let your child just like rest in peace. Update: Bia forgot anniversary dinner. Now she has a dog. Does this count as a girl dinner? M&Ms and Snickers. Oh my god, what is happening? Minneapolis girl. What the hell is a Minneapolis girl dinner? Oh, is it because of Minneapolis? It's because of the America thing, isn't it? It's because America is currently going through like a civil problem. Yeah. I get the connection. So okay, got dumped by a drunken buffoon during a hotel stay, left without a car. He even this is creative writing. He even took my card and left. I was thinking I have no choice but to beg him to come back. Jokes on him. How the fuck you had mashed potatoes in your purse? No, but these bags do taste good. Wow. Well, we learned a lot today, chat. Seems like everybody in the world is getting divorced or cheated on. Everyone's gay. A giraffe has died in Toronto. A new giraffe is about to be born, and we just saw. What is this? This is the post that led me here, I think, because I vaguely remember the chicken, but I don't remember seeing this. That's heated rivalry. Wanted to share the bowl I made for my once a week my lunch. Not sure this qualifies, but this is my girl dinner. What the fuck is that? Why are the eggs pink? What is that? It's literally that's like 20 pounds of ketchup. Now this, I know this technically solves. This is technically a sandwich because there's bread, there's a filling, and the sauce. But like, I don't want it to be a sandwich. That's fucked up. What the hell is this? But yeah, fuck ice. Minnesota girl dinner. Okay, so well, holy shit, she's eating these things just like by themselves. She even took like bites out of them. I love these sticks. We've seen a lot today. It's been a sad day. It's been a happy day. We've gone through a lot of emotions all in one day, and we've learned that there are many value-add services, even for things like zoos. And we've learned that the fury of a woman hath no boundaries, or like hath no. What's the saying? The fury of a woman hath no end, or like hath no boundary, and that you have to be careful because if a woman is angry and she's hungry, she will eat anything, including you. I have a song for you all before we go into today. I know I said it's only programming, but it's not just programming. We'll be programming later. There's a couple of games that I want to get to because some things just released today/yesterday, and I wanted to try them out. I know I always say this, but I promise there will be programming afterwards. Okay. But first, some songs. I have a bunch of songs for you. You can tell that I didn't finish my playlist from yesterday because there was more things that I wanted to do. Hence why I said there's games from yesterday even. And the reason why is because I was too tired. I slept. Sure, I slept. I swear there's going to be programming. I slept 14 hours. 14 hours. I was so sleep deprived. Chat, I woke up and there was no light because of blackout blinds. I legitimately thought I slept all the way till the next day at nighttime. And I was like, oh man, I'm so tired. When I woke up and I felt like $1,000,000. And mind you, this is me with coffee. Like my body was just breaking down and I was like, I can't do this. And I don't know why, but I'm very sleep deprived most of the time. So having melatonin and L-thiamine just to like knock me out works wonders. We're gonna play some music here today. Some music that I wanted to get to yesterday that I couldn't get to. It's actually a lot of this music is actually from the exact same album from this one artist, T Lin, and it's because I really enjoy her music style and like what she's done with her songs on this album. She has a very strong style that I think works very well in like a modern context. In that you can really place her as an artist of today, but not as an artist of yesteryear. But her voice could also work with songs and songs of the yesteryear too. Like she even has much more classical, I guess, like Vietnamese styles of like songs, where she just sings almost like a ballad, right? But this album in particular of hers, which I played a song from yesterday, even, is really good. It's extremely good. I highly recommend all of you to go check out the album because I think the album is fantastic. You can probably get there from the Spotify link. I don't think there's a single song on this album that isn't a banger. Well, actually, no. There's like one or two that are okay at best or like bad at best. But for the most part, you're always gonna have a good time going through the entire album. What's interesting is that it even flows fairly well too. I actually like the flow of it going from the start till the end. It starts to play around with a lot of like different themes and like slowly it almost like it's traveling through it almost like a roadmap of like music and like the way that music goes. So please enjoy this song. I really enjoyed this one. I'll talk about it more once it's done. But she has a very very good way of singing the words, and it's another example of the way that if you remove the tonality from the language, it becomes harder to understand. But in a way, you can still inject tonality when you need it to, and thus you gain a lot more flexibility when it comes to actually making the song. Like this is a very flexible style of song that works very well within the context, but it only works because a lot of the tonality has been dropped and is inserted with like very very slight nuances, almost like the way that the language is spoken and not like the way that it's traditionally sung. That's a really, really good song. There's a lot to talk about this song. This song has a lot of really, really interesting parts that you actually see repeated throughout the entire album, but like done in a very different way throughout the entire album. And there's a lot of good things about it. The first thing I will say though is that Google Translate doesn't get the phrase in the title correct, and I don't really know how to explain it, but it's closest to the idea of saying if when, which is probably wrong in like a contemporary English style, and it's probably closer to the Shakespearean style. But it's like saying if I were to X Y Z, or like if when this is to occur, then I will. You know what I mean? It's that type of like phrase where it's like if it were like this, if when this, if I were to this, it's sort of like it's used in that same context, but like closest to the more generic if when this is to occur type of deal. But the song is great. This song, again, you can really tell the style of the song is you can pull from various different strands and it leads you back to some source. But it's the way that it all combines in the song that like works very very well. And to do the style in Vietnamese is very complicated again because of the tonality of the language. I really enjoy how she handled the tonality in this one, where a lot of the tonality feels relative to the sound that the song has at that moment. It's like the current octave that the song is in. Is where she places all the tonality relative to, which I mean that's sort of what you do have to do anyways. It's like if you hear a person speaking Vietnamese and they have a deep voice, it's very different from someone who has like a higher pitched voice. They speak in different octaves, right? But like here, because she plays with the octave so much, she goes up, down, and she even like goes to like into almost like a different, close to a different key. I don't know if that's like the way to say it, but it's almost like she like switches keys, and she even goes into like minor keys. Even you can really hear the flexibility of the way that she handles the tonality of the language by just injecting it in those slight moments when she needs it. But in particular, the songwriting does a lot to carry that too. Her songwriting is very interesting. She even uses some very interesting lyrical devices, like a lyrical device that sounds almost a bit like she's stuttering. So I'll play that portion again just so you hear it. It's at the beginning of these next two phrases. That piece there, right at the beginning of both of those, it's the way that she writes those like almost like, I forget the actual term for the device, but it's that writing device that uses the sound of the words as like a playful way to almost rhyme with itself and then play with like the structure of it, and to write in such a way that it sounds pleasing while still getting the meaning across. Because like there's a writing that's very stale and dry like in newspapers, and then there's a writing that's very fun and playful like in this song, but also like in other different types of works, like in, you know, very wonderful books that you read, or just like very classical writing. It's a very old style of writing where back then I think people used to play more with the idea of like wanting to be more fancy with it, whereas, you know, newspapers and stuff go towards the simplicity of it. This is more that like interesting style of how far can we play with the idea of the language, and like how fun can we make it to listen to. You have stuff like that, but also just in general, the writing as well. The words that she chooses and the ways and the things that she says, simple in meaning, but because of when she goes into that word, she's able to use the tonality as part of the song. Like you hear it very often throughout the song. You have to listen to the whole thing again. But if you look at sort of the word, and you can even just like see it, so Vietnamese is interesting in that you can see the tonality because of the marks, right? So you, even if you don't really know how to read it, you can just look at the marks and you can see, and you can listen to how her tone shifts with the word as it is, and she actually uses that as part of the song to provide variation in her singing voice. And somehow it doesn't sound staggered. It doesn't sound like she's all over the place. She's able to use it to transition between different octaves very, very well. And she goes up and down, and she keeps going up and down throughout the entire thing. But it never feels like she's doing it in like a comedic sense or like a non-serious sense. It feels like a very smooth ride where you always get something interesting to listen to in the style of the song. Really good stuff. For her album, this entire album is basically like this. It's a very strong album, very, very strong album. It's one of my favorite ones. But all of her stuff is good. She's done a bunch of collabs on other songs as well, including with Grey D on the various songs, and just like a bunch of artists. But this album in particular, I really, really enjoy because of that. I guess like the strength of the writing and the strength of the sounds and the strength of her ability to basically command the language, the tonality of the language with these styles of singing. That is just like it's genuinely very hard to do. And on top of that, she's a good enough singer to pull it off. She's a great singer, actually. She's a very great singer that can pull it off so well that it flows like butter. It's so good. So yeah, give the artist a check. Check out the artist. She's actually really good at what she does, and I really like all of her songs. And that's it. How the hell? Here it is. Like, surely people on the radio have people telling them what to say and how to, like, make things sound good and how to end things off, right? Because it's easy to continue saying something. It's hard to say something meaningful, and it's even harder to stop saying something. Because how the hell do you go from saying something to saying nothing? Anyways, I clicked the wrong game. Oops. We're going to play a demo of a game. Oh, God. The wrong game. Stop, please. We're going to play a demo of a game that came out. I've been waiting for it for a very long time. And it's kind of funny that I'm playing this game because there's a lot to talk about this game. And it has some names that I never expected to see, despite the fact that I've seen them in other contexts. And I'll give some more info as to what I mean as soon as it starts. Did the sentence make sense? I have no clue. I have one more song for you all. And also one more game. This game, I've also been kind of waiting for this one too. This one's a weird game to check out. But before that, again, I need to get through my entire Vietnamese playlist because this playlist is really good. I spent a lot of time building this playlist for yesterday. I didn't get a chance to play it yesterday. Though this one I added later. Because this one wasn't going to be on the playlist until today because it didn't have that many games yesterday. We're going to play a playtest of an online game, which you can actually get yourself. It's called Apogia. I linked it in the Steam. Well, it's not really a Steam channel. It's just an every game channel. I just find it funny to call the channel sponsored by Valve. Not that they sponsor me, but like it's funny to say that because then you get what I mean, right? Go there. You can actually download that game and check it out yourself. And you can actually get the playtest access. It's one of those things where like you click on the button to get playtest access, and it gives you immediate playtest access. So there's not really like any real barrier to it. They just have the button there for some reason, and you can download the game very quickly, and you can join me in this weird MMO. But first, a song. Again, it's mostly this one artist for today, just because the whole album's really, really good. But I just something about this album and just the way that she makes these songs and she sings these songs it's just so good that it's hard not to want to play the entire album on loop almost. Like it's a really solid album. The album only has 2 okay songs, but the entire thing is amazing. This one is similar to the previous song that I played, where she plays around with the structure of the language a lot and really, really blends it well with the style of singing and like the style of song that's like there. But it also has touches of like almost like it's touches of like other Vietnamese singing styles in it that I really enjoy as well. So hopefully you enjoy this one. This one's I think a bit simpler than the rest, but it sounds, because it's simpler, it sounds much more pleasing to the ear. It's sort of in the same way that like pop songs are really constructed from like the same 5 or 6 chords. Similar deal, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's a very, very good song. Sorry, I just got back. That's a really good song. I There's a couple of interesting things about the song. One, this is one of those songs where the Google Translate doesn't do very well. But right at the beginning when she says "anga," it's interesting how Google Translate will like translate it as like, because an and it's so contextual depending on how you use it that it changes the meaning. It could be referring to your personal self in like a third person self, but also it's also like a first person term. But it also could refer to somebody else. She's using it to refer to somebody else, but I think every single translation sort of believes that she's talking about himself, as in like she's talking about herself, and she is the an in this case. Another thing is that this is actually, in my mind, this is like the third or the fourth worst song on the entire album, which is crazy because it's a really good song, but it's just because like near the end, I always sort of thought this about the song, but I was always like, she keeps that high pitch for so long that it starts to lose its effect, right? The interesting thing about the singing in the song is that she like stays in the octave for way too long, and it's a bit like the Uncanny Valley, where it starts to stay there for too long that it becomes uncomfortable and starts to not sound as good anymore, and you start to realize the relative weakness of her at the octave. But the thing that makes it so good, and the reason why I wanted to listen to the song on stream, and to point this out, around like 2 minutes 50 seconds, the words that she chooses and the tonality of those words, it's very complex the way that she layers it into the song, and you can hear her almost going up in steps. It's like she's going up and down these like kind of broken stairs, but she's like but overall she's ascending up in pitch to hit her target pitch in that last minute or so of the song. And it's like you can hear her kind of like going through these steps and like going through the motions of the words themselves to make them legible when they're spoken, because you have to say it with the accent, otherwise it means something completely different. Not the accent, sorry, the like tones. But in doing so, she weaves it into the song so well and almost so sneakily that if you're not paying attention very closely to it, you wouldn't even notice. And I really like the effect of that portion, and I kind of wish that she kept going with that idea of playing with the octaves, because it's like when you hear it, and when you hear the way that it's being played, it sounds very sonically pleasing. It's interesting. It kind of keeps your brain moving. It like tickles your brain in a certain way. I think the best singer of whatever the style is called, which I don't really know what it's called, is like SZA. She's really good. She's like one of my favorite artists. Okay, SZA, SZA if you're American. And you can really see when she sings her songs, she actually does that portion that I really liked in this song, but in throughout much more of the song. And if you listen to her discography come a bit of this, obviously it's hard to compare yourself to like the queen of the genre, but still, like you can see this song approaching greatness, and then it kind of stays too long in that final octave, but the whole song is still really good. And again, this is the floor of the album, so it's like. It's like you go to a buffet and like the worst food there is like a roast beef. You know what I mean? It's like a roast beef that's a little bit too tough and dry. But it's like if your worst food at a buffet is a roast beef, like you're eating a 5-star meal for like $12 on the dot. You know what I mean? Like that's amazing. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't be mad at it, and it's still a really good roast beef if you just layer on enough gravy, which it did. So. Great song. Sonically, yes, sonically. All the Sonic fans are so happy whenever I say Sonic. I read a scathing review of Sonic once, and it was just the whole point of the games is for you to go fast, and you can do that in an emulator with any game by playing the game at 2 times speed, and then all of a sudden the whole point of Sonic is just lost on you. Because it's like you could have a much more like you could literally it'd be more fun and interesting to play Castlevania, like the GBA games, like Aria of Sorrow, and then the DS games Dawn of Sorrow on 2 times speed, because it's like playing Sonic except you have more gameplay. Now that I've left you with a scathing review, we're gonna play an MMO, and I've been waiting for this for a while because it has a feel to another game that I have a weird story with. But I'll be back in just a moment. I need to go take a massive, not a dumpy, but just a big just to. I have to go to the washroom. Okay. When I'm back, we'll actually go towards programming. I've got a whole segment set up for you all, and hopefully this actually works. It's actually a good test too, because I'm testing out some ideas of how I want to do programming segments in the future. And if it doesn't work, then we'll know, and we'll sort of move on from there. At least we'll have tools to work on to try to make it better. So, when your nieces find the cat, you think she just gives up and accepts the fact that she will be continuously manhandled around. So yeah, see, I don't want my cat to just give up. I want my cat to fight back, and I also want my cat to not suffer. You know what I mean? I want my cat to feel safe and comfortable in their space. You know what I mean? If you have any cat questions, if you do go for a cat, please feel free to message. Yes, I absolutely will. Actually, my one question is there a difference between the male and the female cats? So like, I know male dogs will just piss everywhere to like mark things. Is it similar to the cats? Is there one that's more aggressive? Because my wife, she wanted a female cat because she was like, the male ones get more marking and then territory. But I'm curious to see how your experiences have been. Anyways, BRB, I'll be back in just a moment. I had my lights off for so long, I forgot that there's actually like, that it's not nighttime because of the blackout blinds that I installed. It was so dark. I genuinely thought it was nighttime. I was like, wow, that's super late all of a sudden. But it's not. It's actually completely daytime. Males will be more territorial. Males will spray around the house to mark their territory. God damn it. Plus, female cats are likely to be cool with having other cats around if you get a second one in the future. Males say snip around the 3-month marker, less likely to be as aggressive. Okay, we're going to stick with the female because I don't think we'll be good enough to handle the male. And I fear the spray. Because I don't know how to say this. My brother-in-law has a male dog. And the piss, that dog, I love him so much. He's so cute and he's very affectionate and he loves playing with Missy too. But when that dog pees, it goes everywhere. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's literally like I get it, because it's like, that's how it's the same thing of like, because like dogs, I wish I could teach my dog the practice of sit and pissing. You know what I mean? Like if I could just get my dog to realize that peeing by like hunching over and then doing it cleanly would be cleaner for him in the long run is like better. I wish I could teach him that, but he doesn't understand me, so I can't teach him. Sadly, I simply have to suffer the fact that he pees everywhere. We're gonna move on to the programming now. I have a song for you all, and I thought the song would be amazing. That the song this song I think is gonna leave you sort of awe-inspired, and like it's gonna make you think. It's gonna make you really think about why we're doing this. It's gonna set the stage for why we're even programming live in stream. Again, as a context as to why we're programming on the stream, we're gonna program a stream audio visualizer 3D scene thing because I needed it for these music segments that I do, and the problem is that I don't have one, and there's different options that are out there, and I'll talk more about those options, but first you need to hear this song, because it'll set the mood. You want me to have a cat that would pee in the toilet. Your current cat likes to pee in the sink. She takes after you. I really hope that the animal that we choose likes to pee in a weird spot like that, because it's honestly easier to clean. I wouldn't even mind if it smells like cat piss, because if she could just pee inside the sink, I might be extremely happy. Because the litter, I do remember cleaning litter and it's smelling pretty strong. Anyways, please enjoy this song. I think you'll really like this one. This is gonna really set the stage. I'll be back in just a moment. I need to get snacks because I like to snack on things as I program, as I think. So just BRB and good luck. What an amazing, riveting song. It's a beautiful Vietnamese song. Oh, sorry, I played the wrong song. No, I'm just kidding. I found that song from a random... It is the wrong song. There's actually a different song that I'm going to play. I just want to play that song to start off with because I thought it was funny to find that song. I was on Wallpaper Engine. There's actually a shit ton of porn on Wallpaper Engine that you can just download from Wallpaper Engine by going to like, the not safe for work version of it, the like filter. And one of the videos on there was called Mommy Monday, and it had that as a background song. And I was like, what the hell is this? Because I was just going around, and I was like, there's no way it's just like straight porn. And there's just like tons of porn. And you can download it. It was playing this song, and I was like, wait, this is a funny song. And it's really the way they talks about sucking on her nipples. Because like, call me baby or something. You know what I mean? That's a good song. Cats need one litter box per cat, plus one. Feed them in multiple rooms. That will help them not feel like food is short. Oh yeah, let's like have food issues. That's true. Yeah, that's going to be a problem then, because it's a studio. But at least we're only going to stick with one cat. So it should be fine. with just one cat, hopefully. Although I wonder how the cat's gonna feel with the dog's food stuff over there as well. But I'm curious to know about like the why the +1 box. I'm assuming to allow you to like rotate it out much more easily. Um, while I ponder that, this is the real song that I want to share with you all. This song is actually from the same artist I've been playing the entire day. Okay, Teelin. But this one, I think, is a much better song from our album because it's also produced by two producers who I actually really enjoy and who have been doing some interesting songs as a whole. And I think that their production is very masterful. This song is also interesting in that it's similar to the previous song that I played with its monotone nature. But I think this one has a much more masterful use of the monotone nature in that it's not just a boring monotone sort of like quiet mess. This one has much more interesting depths to its monotone feeling, as well as a lot more. It's also got like a very interesting lyrical feel to it too. Like the way that she says these words is extremely good. It's the way that she sings the lyrics is extremely good, and it's the way that she's very playful about her, even the enunciation of them too. It's a very fascinating song. Oh, cats prefer little box of pee and then poo and separately. I did not know that. I thought it was all in one. Okay, that makes sense. You know what? That makes sense. I've also learned not to get the automatic ones because I've learned that cats can be crushed inside of them because sometimes they don't know to signal that the cat's inside and it can spin and cause the cat to be crushed. So, but now I also know that I need 2 boxes. Thank you for telling me that. I wouldn't have known. Okay, so I'll set it up as well. Maybe, you know what? I could do it. I could do a cat. Not like that. I cannot. I can have a cat. You are moist. You're about to be even more moist after the song. Volume warning, this is the real song that I want to play for you. And just really listen to this one and contrast it to the previous song if you did hear it when I played it. Not the previous song that I just played, but the song that I played before this that was a Vietnamese song. And just listen to and like read along with the lyrics and you can actually really hear the way that she enunciates things. It's a very fascinating song that's very monotone, but it still sounds interesting all the way through. It has a lot of changes that are very minor, but add a lot of nuance to it. The song is really, really good. The production on it, there's a lot of things to talk about the song. The production on it, extremely good. The genre, I have no clue what to call that genre. But that style of song, it's weird how I've only ever heard a style like that maybe a handful of times. And almost always it's been from somebody on SoundCloud who then never makes music ever again. Like they'll post a demo with that sound and they'll never make music ever again. And I'm like, I wish someone would just take the concept to a full song. And this is one of the few songs I've heard take it to its full conclusion as a full song. Very classic, right? Very classic SoundCloud thing of like, really sick demo, could be a multi-millionaire, right? Everyone's like, we get this person on an album, they never make things ever again. I've actually seen a couple of them on Spotify as well, where it's like a canceled project by this person who is now a finance broker at some financial investment firm down in Alberta. And it's like, what the hell is going on? But I really like that song. The you especially notice it if you know the language, but even without knowing the language, you could also sort of feel and hear the way that she sings the lyrics. There's such a fascinating way about how she enunciates certain parts of it and then pronounces some of it too, where it's like she can put emphasis on certain parts and it almost transforms the way it sounds to where like, especially if you like know multiple different languages, it can sound like she's saying something else almost. It's sort of a fascinating effect that I think works very well with the general vibe of the song. On top of that, I really, 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 my voice is going to cut out for like a second. Sorry, I have to turn off something. I really, really, really enjoy the when she does eventually switch over into almost like a more singing tone throughout it, because then she goes into this almost like very fast sort of like speaking style that's also still singing it at the same time, and it's blended together very, very well. The producers did a great job of like supplementing that with the styles of the sounds that we hear within the song and the effects that were being played. I thought it was a fantastic use of the various effects that they have. And it's weird because it's near the end of the album. Near the end of the album, and again, I talked about how this album of hers is really, really good and I really enjoyed the entire thing. Only is it near the end that the album really starts to become almost like a novel that you can read from start to finish. And it's like, it's only there for like 4 or 5 songs. And I'm like, man, if it was the entire thing, it'd be on the level of like Freudian from Daniel Caesar in the sense of like the cohesiveness. Not necessarily the quality. I think the quality is sort of I think it's hard to beat Daniel Caesar at what he like does, but still similar in that idea of like the cohesiveness of a story being told across an entire album and the feelings and the progressions of that. It's really close in this album, and it really starts like maybe like one or two songs before this song, and then it just ends. It's like too late by that point. Yeah, great song, wonderful stuff. She mixes in and she does this thing that a lot of like different songs do, where they mix in words from a different language for the sonic feeling. Because like I don't know how to explain this, so I'll use the words of the person who wrote the song for K-pop, Demon Hunter, where like when she was talking about how she wrote that song Golden, she talked about how like using words from another language and mixing it in, it feels good because some words and some phrases that you say within certain languages, it sounds like a much better fit sonically than it does within the language that the song is written in. Like, and she used the example of like English to Korean, where like English can be very verbose with certain phrases and certain ideas and certain sort of analogies that you can draw, certain images that you can paint with the words. Whereas in the Korean, it like gets very, very simple. But similar here, where it's like some of the phrases in Vietnamese wouldn't sound nearly as good, so just throw in some like English to like make it sound a certain way, and it works. And it's one of the few songs that does that I don't cringe at, and I go like, I don't know why they just threw it in English here, but it actually works here. So maybe they just became a ghostwriter or a producer. That's true. I did hear that's a very common track to go on, and honestly, like it's something to think about. It's sort of funny how like the industry as a whole is sort of strange in that if you don't want to be famous, but you still want to make music, you make less money as a ghostwriter. Your name isn't attached to anything, but at least you can still do the thing that you kind of love, but not really, because it's not really music. It's more like a project that somebody else gives you and you just finish. But I have heard that that's the thing. At least the producers get to seem to have fun with the idea as a whole, and they seem to be able to like do a lot with sort of what from like a creative standpoint, then they get to do a lot of like very fun creative things. But as a ghostwriter, yeah, like I know that a lot of them do end up being ghostwriters and they get plucked for that skill. I just find it sad because it's like, oh man, like can't even write your own song, man. You know what I mean? You have to write a song based on a theme or something. It has to feel a certain way. It's like it has to talk about a certain message based on what the artist wants. It's like, ah man. I think another song that's like that for you is Teenage Dirtbag Weezer. And then like Jada says, she said I got tickets. I mean, you know, one producer who worked for Sony, and he told me that he wrote so many bangers with ghost producing that's not worth doing solo songs. That's the thing. Yeah. And you know, it's interesting because again, you get to dodge the fame problem, and you still do on the producer level get to control what the song sounds like. Like every single story about a producer that I've ever heard is like, yeah, they like took the song and then they reworked a lot of it to make it sound the way that it does. And so I'm like, you still get the creative control, but you don't have to deal with the fame problem, and you still make a shit ton of money. So I'm like, it's worth it from the producer side. The ghostwriting side, I'm still iffy on, just because of the whole. It's no longer your feelings; it's the feelings that the writer wants, like the original singer wants. But maybe sometimes it still works, because I know that was that one song by Joji? Trying to find what the name of the song is. Sorry, I have to go to Spotify. A Glimpse of Us, like that song, really, really good, really good song. Great lyrics, great production, just a really beautiful message, and then also a very genuinely strange music video. That song was ghostwritten for him. Like he was just plucked out of many different singers to sing the song. And so it's like, maybe you still can, but I feel like for a producer, it happens more often. But either way, yeah, like you actually get way more. Like it seems like they still make a lot of money, but they don't have to deal with the fame problem, which is great. And I wonder if that's like a possible avenue, and like how many songs are made that way. Because before I learned about ghostwriting and producing, I always thought that every artist made their own thing. And then when I learned about it, the mystique broke, and then now I sort of wonder how much of the hits that we hear about today are actually attributed to something else. You ghost wrote Mr. Brightside. We're gonna move on now. We're going to program. So I'm not gonna go into the programming category because every time I do, it's always like a hit and miss in the terms of whether or not it's like good for my soul. Because I don't want to answer too many questions, so we're gonna stick to this just chatting category, and I'll explain more about what we're doing. Just give me a moment. I need to scarf down a couple of these antipastos. I have a anti-pasto mix of meat, and I'll talk about what we're making. And we're actually going to program for a couple of hours, depending on how long we go. You get to have direct input too, because this is a thing for stream. It's a thing for stream that you are going to see for the music segments. Just give me a moment. I'm going to eat some meat. Why don't I become a ghost programmer? That's literally programming. You know, programming is becoming a ghost programmer. Here, I'll talk about it in a moment. Just let me eat. But I'm done for today. There's many more VR segments coming up soon. I'll be back tomorrow. I have an idea of what I'm doing tomorrow. It's not on the streaming like list that you saw on that one file because I haven't actually like moved it over. It's mostly in my phone notes. I had to move everything over to the schedule. But today's the day when I'm doing everything. The VODs will be up on YouTube as well. Sorry, I've been so late on the VODs. How the fuck do people program live on stream? Like, you know, like you can go to YouTube, to Twitch right now and you see people like programming all the time. It's like, I don't know how you do it. Yeah, I have a lot of things I need to work on tonight with this thing too. And then we'll play some more games tomorrow, everyone. Tomorrow will be a full gaming day because there's a bunch of games that I want to play. And even to finish, like Angelina Era and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Can I raid any of you? I don't know if I can raid any of you. Usually, I get raided into, and I would love to raid at you. They ignore chat or look at it only when they have questions. So they have self-control is what you're saying. They have self-control. I have you understand like the problems that I have no self-control, right? Like there's no way I can possibly ignore chat. And you know what? Even in doing this, right? I've learned we need to program other things too. Like again, I don't want to do the display capture. I need to program the thing that allows me to like alt tab and it automatically switches whichever active source. There's a lot of things that we need to program. So maybe we do programming tomorrow, but we switch gears for a bit because this one makes my head hurt. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to end tomorrow with a programming stream. I don't know. But the programming will always come after the games, and they won't take up the time of the games because I also want to play games. This programming is programming that I want to do anyways for fun, for learning, because I'm going to be honest with you, like looking for a job is a very passive approach. I fire up applications for like 2 or 3 hours. I have like hundreds of applications, and I need to like not do too many because I need to actually like make sure that I can track them. And then it's like, okay, like then I just sort of wait. So might as well just program this stuff that I can't actually show you that isn't a contract thing, because contract things I can't program on stream. Perfect. Anyways, bye. My brain hurts.